Hey, what's up, guys? So for this week for Tikvah, one of the things that I really wanted to talk about was really just time management and what's some of the best ways of developing time management for yourself, for your business, for your artwork, and those sort of things. One of the things that I have found that works best for me to start off with is write down a list of your goals. First, start off with your first year goals. Then move on to your maybe your 3-year goals, your 5-year goals, 10-year goals, and then even go with your lifetime goals. Now, after you come up with those list of goals, one thing that you want to come up with is kind of the next second part of that is evaluate or prioritize each one of those types of goals. And then once you have prioritized them, the next step with that is to go ahead and set up action plans to implement those goals. Now, the reason why you want to set up a kind of a list of all your goals is this truly will help out with your time management, because this will give you kind of, in a sense, or in part, the why of what is your direction of your work and those sort of things. The second part to that, after you've set your goals and you have a good idea of the direction or the why and where you want to be going with your artwork, with your business and those sort of things, or treating your artwork as a part of a business structure, the next thing you want to do is set up a weekly time. Now, I generally like to do this part at the beginning of the week, but set up a weekly meeting with yourself, which sounds kind of goofy, but if you need someone to hang out with, your best friend or spouse or a kid or whatever that may be, set up a weekly meeting with yourself. And I like to do that at the very beginning of the week, and generally what I'll do is I'll have that at the Sunday night. Just kind of, and I'll set aside again, what are my goals, what are things that are on the hot plate that need to be accomplished, and those sort of things. And that will really kind of drive the direction for the week. Major deliverables that need to be happening that week as far as freelance or different things like that. So have a weekly meeting with yourself. Again, I like to do the beginning of the week right at that Sunday night time frame. Just kind of helps me set the time set, or mindset rather. The next thing that you want to do after you've set your goals, you've had your weekly meetings, is to maybe the first 2 weeks is track the amount of hours and where you're spending those hours. So, for example, where are you spending the time on your artwork? Where are you spending the time on fun, family? Where are you spending the time on business? How much time are you spending on social media? Really just document everything that you're doing in and around your art experience and that sort of thing. And after you've done that, write down your likes and dislikes, similar to what you did with your goals. Kind of prioritize as far as what that looks like. And basically that dives into the fourth step after you've tracked those first 2 weeks is evaluate it. And with that evaluation, you're going to find out a couple things and this gets into the fifth thing as well, which is what time do you generally work best? For me, I like doing my artwork in the beginning of the day because my mind is the most clear, it's the most fresh. And I generally also, I'll get up and kind of at right around 6 o'clock during daylight savings. Once daylight savings is off, I'll stay at the same time, which will actually be 5 o'clock in the morning. And that's where I'll do like social media and those sort of things the first hour and a half, thereabouts. And then the rest of that day, maybe that next part, the next 60% or 70%, 75% of that day, I'll spend time on artwork, and it'll be spotted in between maybe every 2 hours. I'll take just an hour break, step away of things, take a walk outside, go exercise, whatever that may be, do a workout, whatever that is. And then the basic part of that to go back to the evaluation is to really dive in again. When do you work best? When does your main part of your business, in this case, is my artwork or my illustrations. So when am I most clear in order to have the best possible success? Generally, if I wait for the end of the day to do my artwork and I'm working way late, maybe 10, 11, 12 at night, the production of my work, I get tired, I start making weird decisions that I just normally wouldn't make. And so I found that my artwork is far more successful, again, at the beginning of that day. And I'll generally work until maybe about 4 o'clock, take a long break, and then maybe those last 2 hours at the end of the day, from that 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock hour, maybe what I'm doing is I'm doing my business and really diving in, updating my website, updating or kind of coming up with my next protocols or different things like that. So to kind of break this down again, so set your goals, weekly meeting, track your week. And I would do that about the first 2 weeks and then evaluate that. And on the other part to that is life will change. Things will change. That's okay. It's not necessarily a big deal. This past week was a little crazy for me. We had family over at our house. Things were crazy. No big deal. In a lot of ways, I haven't seen them in a long time. It was kind of a nice little break from things. But again, I try to stick with an overall schedule with that, just so I'm accountable with myself and then ultimately the direction that I want to take my artwork. And then also, when's the best time that you find that your mind's the most clear to deliver the best possible work that you're trying to make. From all that information, you're going to develop a schedule from that. Now, generally speaking, some say that you should roughly spend about 50% of your work just on your artwork and the other 50% on your business. Now, currently, right now, since I'm in the middle of a project, a comic book, and some other things, I'm looking at right around 60 to 70%. Maybe in some days it's 75%. In any case, I'm trying to divide that up just so I'm not spending my entire day just working on artwork, which is the important part. However, the other really important part is the business. The business really does need that extra added time in order to help keep the other parts going, be it the freelance, be it the workshops or other parts that I'm working on, comic books for conventions, etc., etc. And the last thing that I think is really, really important, I think I already alluded to this, is schedule time off for yourself. For me, I set aside time where I set off one day during that week and I don't do anything that week. I don't do my artwork, I don't do my business, I don't do a single thing dealing with my artwork. The rest of that is, set up some time and maybe reward yourself for all your amazing hard work that you've done. And maybe twice a year, set aside 2 different weeks, or however you want to do that. Set time off for yourself so that you have the best possible success. And then also you're recharging yourself for your next endeavors and those sort of things. So that's hopefully just a basics, and in this short little 8 minutes of giving you an idea of developing some of those ideas for time management, and then sticking with that schedule as best as possible, and then be flexible with it, grow with it, adjust with it, obviously as jobs and those sort of things change. So hopefully you found this helpful. Like, dislike, all that sort of stuff. Leave your comments, and then thanks for watching, and then we'll catch you next time. We'll see you later.